this computer. Sorry for the loudness of it all. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy summer. It's finally like the rare time of the year where the seasons are the same across all of our regions. Michigan, Ohio, Florida, Virgin Islands, we're all in roughly the same weather. So hopefully you are all enjoying some hot but not too hot weather, and school's out, summer is here, and hopefully we're having a good time. My name is JD. I'm your digital marketing and technologies manager. And today we get to talk about one of my favorite things that we're going to talk about, not just video, but specifically BombBomb video. BombBomb is one of my favorite tools and partnerships we have. It is one of the things that when I get to see you, our agents, leveraging it, I get the most excited because it might sound silly, but it's one of the ways I get to see our agents be the most creative. It's one of the ways that I get to see you be the most you. We'll talk a lot about this pretty quickly here, but video is far and away the way that you can be the most authentic in your marketing and build relationships the quickest. And that to me is one of the most fun things to see, because there are, as of this moment, there are 17 of us on this call. And if I asked the same question to all 17 of us, we'd all answer differently. Even if we said the same thing, we really wouldn't be saying the same thing. And video is what allows us to communicate that differently. Now, I'm not blind to the fact that I said there would be prizes here. There will be prizes today. I've got those ready for to be shipped and discussed at the end. So you do have to stay. Listen, I'm a marketing guy. I know how this works. All right, I've been around the block a couple of times, but we're going to talk about video, and it's not a prize as much as it is an incentive. Because here's the thing: marketing is consistency. And if you notice in the emails, I've done this. I've kind of used this message for the past couple of BombBomb and video webinars or informationals, and I'm doing the same thing again today. Is that what I want to focus on in terms of content today is how you can use BombBomb to brand and market yourself as the local market expert. So here's what happens when markets hit a slower point. And there's no hiding from the fact that right now there is, in most markets, some sort of slower point, right? Well, let me take one last bite of mango. So there's no hiding from the fact that we are in a slower market right now in some way, shape, or form in most of our markets. And here's generally what happens in that sort of cycle. Agents get less money coming in because we have less listings, or we have less buyers that we can find less listings we can find for our buyers. Because we have less money coming in, we spend less across the board. Part of what we cut back on is marketing. We do less mailers, we do less social campaigns, we do less all of that stuff. That makes sense. You have less money coming in, you have less money to spend. Of course, you're going to spend less. But what happens then is you're in front of people less. And then when you do finally start getting a couple listings and start getting back out there, you're almost starting from square one. And the reason I use that phrase is because I had one of our agents, a top producer up in Traverse City, who's been in real estate for, I think he's been in real estate for about 6 years now, maybe 7, more than 5, 6 or 7 years now, say that exact thing. He left a very good job to start real estate, and he worked his butt off for his first 2 months and got 2 listings within about 3 weeks of each other. I don't want to name names. It is a real person in a real office and one of our actual agents, but worked his butt off to get 2 listings, or get listings, and got 2 back to back. And he said this on the panel, which is why I could share this, but he said that basically, as soon as he got those 2 listings, he stopped everything else that he was doing and focused solely on those 2 listings. Because, hey, I have listings, I have clients, I want to focus on them and do everything that I can to be the best agent I can be, which was great. And that's what you should do. You should be the best agent you can be. But what happened from this agent, he said, as soon as I finished those listings and I wrapped up the sales, I felt like I was back at square one. I had been doing no marketing, no branding for myself during that time period. And so I was basically starting from square one. And that was for about a 45 to 60 day time period. Think of that on a larger scale when a market goes through a slower period. How long are you pulling out of the market? How long are the agents around you pulling out of the market? So here's the thing. What happens is as most agents in your market, think about your office specifically, the agents you see doing this, but the market as a whole, as most agents pull out a little bit, start to tighten the belt buckle, spend a little bit less money, there becomes an opportunity for agents to not do that, for you to be the one who is not pulling back, who is still being consistently out there. But the problem, or the thing is that that doesn't mean that you have to still be spending a lot of money. That doesn't mean that you double down on all the mailers you're doing and double down on the ad campaigns. It can mean that, and for some people it does, and that works for them. But what I'm talking about in this specific instance here is that when other people are pulling back and kind of retreating to hibernate and regroup, you can still be the agent that is consistently in front of everybody else. You can still be the agent that is being seen out there in their markets, and not just in your markets publicly, but to your sphere, in front of the people that already know you, like you, and trust you. So what I want to talk about and focus on is how you can leverage this opportunity, this market, to continue to foster those relationships so that when markets do normalize a bit more, or listings do start, whatever that trigger is in your market that feels like things start to kind of kick into gear a little bit, you're not stretching and kind of getting out of bed a little bit. You're the one who's already got the cup of coffee out the door, and you're marketing and you're listing already. So how we're going to do that is consistency. And I wish I could drill this down into every single brain. I mean, it's so fun. One thing that I feel like what my 2023 marketing mantra has been is back to basics, because I feel like everything is so cyclical, where you start with the basics that you learn, and then you get, you add on to that, and you add on to that, and then you get all these really great technologies and ideas. But then all of that comes right back around to consistency, and that all of these technologies and things that you can do in the markets are so great, but they're useless if you're not using them at the core. And the core here is consistency. No marketing is powerful without consistency. No advertising works without consistency. Anything that has worked one and done is the exception to the rule. And it's great when it does. I say all the time, we've had agents who do a listings to leads lead gen campaign and get listings from it within 72 hours. They get a lead, they call it, and they're signing paperwork within 3 days. I love when that happens, but it is the exception to the rule. It is not the expectation. It is consistency that makes things tick. So what I want to talk about today is how you can leverage video, but specifically BombBomb video, to create content to consistently stay in front of people, to not just show face all the time, but to brand yourself as the local expert. So if you've been on the past BombBomb informational from May or from April, this is going to sound a little bit similar. I like to kind of do kind of quarterly topics. So like Q1, I'll do the same topic, Q2 do the same, because consistency is what drills things into your brain. So this might sound a little bit maybe repetitive, or you've heard it before. Good, write it down again. But to start, this is not going to focus as much on what BombBomb is and how it works, more so on how to leverage it. But I do want to spend at most 10 minutes talking about what it is and how to leverage it, and then the rest of this really going into the content aspect of it. So what is BombBomb? It is a video communication tool that simplifies and streamlines the way that you can connect with your sphere. There are, and I want to get this part of the way first, there are connections with social media like Facebook and YouTube. There are ways that you can leverage BombBomb to connect those, but that's not the main focus. That's not the kind of thing, that's not the part of it that, that's the add-on. That's not the main part. But one of the main ways that you can use it is, especially in a world that has stayed virtual over the past few years. We've obviously gotten more back into person, but there are still a lot of aspects of life that have stayed virtual. We send a lot of videos to each other. Whether it's, hey, I can't make the showing in person, can you do a home tour for me? I'm going to go to a listing, take my video, and start doing this, and taking a tour of everything, and blah 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 blah. But then what happens after I do that is I try to send that video, and If that video is longer than even 30 seconds, I'm trying to send you a massive video file that is going to take probably minutes for me to send, and 2, 3, 4, 500 megabytes of data. And then my client has to download that, hope that they have an unlimited plan or some sort of plan that allows them to download that, take up that space on their phone, wait for it to download and watch, and then it's going to sit there for a long time. It is not an easy process. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of data, and it just sits there on our phones for a long time. We have a dog that's going crazy right now, so I'm sorry if you hear weird. He keeps himself entertained, but you do you, buddy. The other part of it is that there are other video platforms that you can use that are kind of similar, but there's just a lot of sign-in forms. So there are some that you can use where it's like, hey, I can send you a link, but there's a sign-in form. And people, that just makes it complicated for the consumer. The other option, of course, is YouTube. Well, hey, why not just upload it to YouTube and send someone a YouTube link? You totally can, but I'm going to show you a couple of the really cool features that you can't use with YouTube that really make BombBomb awesome. So the one thing, so part of it is just ease for the consumer. I always mess with Carrie when I do this, so I'll do that along the way. But so part of the thing that makes BombBomb great is simply just the ease for the consumer. I can click a video, I can watch it, but part of it that I love the most is how easy it is for you as the agent to leverage BombBomb. If you want to shoot a video, there are at least three that I like to talk about, but multiple ways that you can leverage the tool. And they sync all across. It's a cloud because everything in 2023 is a cloud, but they sync all across each device like that, and you can leverage things instantaneously. So I'm going to very briefly, like I said, try to keep it short, show you the 3 ways that I like to leverage BombBomb once I've signed up and are using the platform. So let me go to my account quick. Oh, there are people in the waiting room. Let me let them in quick. I'm going to share my screen. Find my glasses because I am like Velma. Okay, here we go. So way number 1 to leverage BombBomb is simply going to the website. So of course, every website, software, whatever, sign in first. Every website has a dashboard, it has a, dashboard platform, whatever that you can use. You can go right in here and use the main platform. I can see all my videos here, and I can simply record a new video right here. I can click record video. I can record myself. I can record my screen, do whatever I want, either or. It's awesome. Video comes up. I can shoot the video. Hello, here I am. What's cool, this is just a quick little thing that you can do. They have a new feature called speaker notes. You'll hear me say this a lot when I talk about video. I'm a big believer in not scripting your video. I do not think scripting your video is helpful. I think it actually pulls away from it, but that doesn't mean you don't need notes. So maybe you have 2 or 3 bullet points. We'll talk about this practically at the end of the session, but maybe you have 3 or 4 bullet points here that you want to go. I want to talk about mortgage rates. I want to make sure I talk about inventory declines, and I want to talk about the ducks in the park, something like that. I don't know. So now I'm recording my video and I can look right at my screen and see the notes that I have. Those notes are only for me. If I send this video out later, those aren't even attached to it. Those are just for me. So now I can see my notes right there. It's not a script, but I can remember. I don't have to look down at a sheet of paper or up at anything else. So those notes are really cool, but I can shoot a video right here. Bob's your uncle, good to go. It goes in my videos. I can put it in an email, whatever. The second way that I can leverage video is I can actually put it right here in oops, I didn't mean to stop sharing my screen. I can actually do it right here in Gmail. So if I am connected in Gmail, I can go to Compose. And if I'm right here, literally in an email, I'm sending it to Carrie and say, video email from JD Waldvogel or whatever, right? And then I just click in the icon right here. You can see I have the Gmail integration set up. I can click record. Come on, buddy. And it's going to bring it up right here within Gmail. I got to think I move the Zoom bar and put BombBomb recorder. I can record the video right here. Talk, blah, blah, blah. It's going to go right there into Gmail without me even having to go to another website. Or if I have a previous video that I want to use, I can go down here and click videos, and every single previous video I've ever recorded will be right here for me. So I can find the old one, I can click on it, click insert, and without going to another platform, without going to another website or anything, I have it right here. This right here, this little GIF that you can see is one of the other cool features that you don't get with something like YouTube, is that when I send a video through BombBomb, it literally has motion in the graph or in the video right here. I've got this little GIF. So when it goes over, when she opens her email, this is what she sees. It's not just a little link that says YouTube, click here to watch. It's actual motion. If she clicks on it, she can watch it right there. This is how I do probably 80 to 85% of my BombBomb videos. I just love using it right through Gmail. It's nice because it's simple for me. But the other argument I hear, just to share the other side of it, is that a lot of people like using, let me find it real quick. A lot of people who like using the website, whoopsies, I didn't mean to show that link. A lot of people who like using the website, they like using it because we also have templates for all of our brands on here. Hold on, let me go check on the dog real quick because I don't like the sound that I'm hearing. But if you go into what is it? The my email section, if you click on new email and you click on this advanced composer right here, you can actually not just shoot a video right here, right? I can, shoot a video, but I can go to change template, and we have every single DBA, every single brand under Schmidt family of companies right here. I can click on it. And now not only do I have a video that I can add, I can record it, or I can choose one from my past. Find that one that I did a second ago. Choose, insert. But I also have a really cool templated email that looks that much more professional and that much nicer for my clients. Come on in here. You should stay in here with me. I don't trust you enough yet. Come on. Come here. Lay down, take a chill. All right. The third and final way that I personally like to leverage BombBomb is through the mobile app. So the mobile app is exactly what it sounds like. It's literally the BombBomb app. If I go to my phone, hopefully with my screen, with my background, it will let me show you guys. I open, yep, it's literally the BombBomb app. You sign in, you open it, and the first thing that pops up is the camera itself. So now I can record a video here. Here, I'll flip it so you can see that. I can, wow, that gets really weird. I can record a video. I can do it on the fly. I can do it with my little tripod, whatever I want to do. And then I can save it. Now, what's cool is that if I were to, let's just do it real quick here. You'll see that it's on in a second. 3, 2, 1. If I were to record a video here on my phone through BombBomb, it doesn't matter if it's 3 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute or two, whatever. As soon as I'm done with it, I can click the stop button. It's going to ask me if I'm happy with that video. If I am, actually, before it even does that, you can't see it. There's a little alert right here. This little blue bar says saved to video library. So now watch what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen again. We're back on the website, and I'm going to go to videos, leave this screen here. And there it is. That video we recorded less than 60 seconds ago is already right there accessible on the computer for me. So the thing that you're going to get from BombBomb that you're not going to get from just using Gmail or something like that to send your videos is they're all connected. The app, the website, the Gmail, any of the integrations, they're all instantaneously connected so that you have access to your videos on any platform right away. So, and they're saved indefinitely. I've had this account now for, I want to say 5 or 6 years. I could scroll all the way back and access the very first video I've ever done on BombBomb. There's no limit to how long your videos are. There's no limit to how many videos you can have. They're all saved for you right here indefinitely as long as you have an account. So that's the real quick, like what it is and how you can use it sort of a thing. We're going to talk more about the practical, what kind of videos to shoot, what kind of content to have. Before I dive into that part, are there any questions on like literally this part of it so far? Okay, so if you guys do have questions as we go, please just write it in the chat. Oh, there is one. See, just like that. That's like magic. On the front end, what is the difference between email and email BombBomb template? Does the customer end up with a video? Yes. So let me see if I can try to show you guys this with without, or let me see. I have to turn my screen or my background off because I feel like, let me see. Remember how to do this. Preferences. so that I can actually show you my background. Don't tell Tracy, she doesn't like it when we do this. Okay, so you'll see here, we've got email and then email with BombBomb template. Now, if I do email, it's going to just fire it off in an email with the video. They can click on it, etc. If I do email with BombBomb template, it's a little bit more labor intensive because it's going to allow me to choose who I want to send it to, what the subject's going to be. I've got the video there, but then I can choose which template, like all the templates that we have on the computer, from here as well. So I can choose the Schmidt family of companies one. I can send it to whomever I want to send it to, and then I can put my message there as well. So it does accomplish the same thing. They both come through with the video. One's basically just like the quick way of doing it, and one's like the fancier way of doing it. The way with the template will look a little bit nicer because it will have the logo, your information and stuff like that. The other one will be basically, I would say like maybe more of like an update, you know, it'll be a quick fire thing. But yes, the video will get through to them either way, no matter what. Oh, I forgot I have to bug Carrie. I always do this by bugging Carrie. The cool thing about texting a video, if I go back to it, is if I choose a video and I click the text button, let me find it. So I click text. I'm going to type in Carrie Scomp's number. And I click send. And when I send it to her, she doesn't just get a link. She gets the video right there in iMessage. And she can click play right there in iMessage and it will start immediately. So now I got to text her and just say, sorry, comma, it's ritual at this point for me to send you a video. So there we go. So now that's my apology. Okay, so that's one of the things that I love the most actually is sending the videos through text, because one, text is a little bit more of a quicker response when you're talking to somebody, and two, you literally get the video in your text. So whenever it comes to video, it always comes down to how to send video and what's the video that I'm sending. Those are the two pieces, how and what, or how and why, if you will. That is the how. No matter what, like whether it's a new software, a new platform or something, anything new, it's going to take you a minute. You cannot expect to sign up for BombBomb, connect it into something, and for you to know it like the back of your hand. That is an incorrect expectation, especially if it's something you've never, ever used before. So you need to go into something knowing it's going to take me a minute. It's not hard. It is not something that you're going to spend hours trying to figure out, but it's new. Anything new is going to be difficult well, it's not even difficult. It's going to be new. That's how it goes. What did Carrie just say? Carrie just gave me the cheers emoji, so she's good. So now we're talking about the what. What's the sort of content we're going to do, and why are we going to do that content? So let's talk about the content itself and what our goal here is, because our goal, obviously, from a real estate standpoint, is transaction, is listings. I understand that. We all know that we're salespeople. At the end of the day, we want more listings and we want to find listings for our buyers. But let's take a step further from that and talk about relationships. I have a whole presentation that I've given multiple times in person in all of our regions and virtually, where I talk about value and engagement building relationships. I want to talk about that specifically in the context of our markets right now and what's going on in our markets, because value, very briefly, value simply means what am I providing you without expectation. So if I'm talking to Mark and I say, hey, Mark, what's going on in the market? The value that he's going to provide me is the information, right? Oh, this is what's going on in the market. And it's without expectation, meaning that he's not going to go, well, I'll tell you what's going on in the market if you can bring me 2 referrals in the next 48 hours. That's not a referral, that's a deal. Or sorry, that's not value, that's a deal. So value is what can I provide you without expectation? That is what we do as realtors, right? We provide value. We provide people what's going on in the market. We send people magnets with the sports, schedules on them. We give them recipe ideas. We send updates with literally market stats. That is value. Relationships are, I don't need to tell you guys what that is. You know exactly what it is. Relationships are what keep you valuable for a long time. Come here. No, come here. So I had the manager of an office tell me, probably my first month of working at this company, he said, If you take care of your clients for the first 5 years of your business, they'll take care of you for the rest of your career. And that has been something that I have thought about in a lot of the ways that I approach marketing, because so many times there are a lot of agents who approach things as a transaction. I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to, close up and move to the next transaction. But it's the agents who approach things as relationships that have business come back to them organically, have business come back to them naturally without even down the road needing to think about, how do I bring this business back in? So I want to give an example that if there was a bingo card for JD, this would probably be the free space, because it's that easy to get me to tell this story, but I'm going to share it anyway. There's an agent in the Facebook group who in Las Vegas shared a story once about how he helped a client purchase a $6 million home in the Las Vegas area, a married couple. Transaction went great, no issues, everything went perfectly. About a year later, he sees in the MLS that property just sold, and he does a little digging and sees that couple bought another home in the same price range and sold that home, and is confused as to why that happened. So he reaches out and says, hey, congrats on buying the home. I'm happy you guys found it. Hopefully this is more what you're looking for. I'm just curious real quick, why, is there a particular reason why you didn't work with me? You reach out to somebody else. Just curious so that I can continue to be the best realtor for my business, et cetera, et cetera. And they emailed him back and said, no, there was no reason. It was actually just that we couldn't remember your name. And so we couldn't find your card anywhere. So we asked a friend for a referral and worked with them. We loved working with you. It was great. And he shared this story as the horror story, because he said, from the day of closing, I never reached out to these clients once. I didn't send a 30-day follow-up. I didn't send a holiday card or email, nothing. Within 12 months, I did 0 points of contact. And 12 months later, I lost out on $12 million worth of volume from people who actively wanted to work with me, but couldn't find my stuff, so called somebody else. That is why relationships are important. That is why staying in touch with people is important. It's a story I repeat so often, but it's such an easy example of that. Now, the kind of next step to that for me is that there are so many levels of follow-up. There are so many levels of staying in touch with people. Another story that I've shared a lot, but it's still very funny to me, is that after I bought my first home, at the 1-year mark, I got a postcard in the mail from the agent and the lender. And I flipped it open, and it's, congrats on your home anniversary. And the headshot from our agent was probably 10 years old. No, 15 years old. The headshot from our lender was 4 or 5 years old, and it had their printed signatures. And then I ran into the agent at the office and I said, oh, hey, thanks for the postcard that you sent. And he goes, what postcard? And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought exactly. So that's great. That's follow-up, right? We got a postcard. That was really sweet, but he didn't really know that was sent because it was automated. So that's still better than nothing at all. And then you've got an email that you can send, and then you've got a postcard that you can send that you did sign something on. But what's the top of this? The top of this is something custom. The top of this is something that you actually reach out and did something thoughtful for this person for. A handwritten note, a handwritten card, a phone call, something that, hey, I'm taking time out of my day specifically for you. So we're going to talk about all of this stuff, of course, in terms of video, but the ultimate kind of goal here is, how can you make yourself valuable as a local market expert? Because you can make yourself valuable and build relationships in all sorts of ways. And that specific way that I was just talking about, I could take my phone right here, I could shoot a 30-second video, and I could go, Rachel, congratulations. It's been a year since you bought your home. I hope it's been great. I know you were talking about working on the backyard, so hopefully you've been able to start that project, but I just wanted to check in, see how things were going. If you have any questions, if you're looking for someone to help with any of these projects, I know plenty of vendors in the area. So give me a call, shoot me a text, but just want to say congrats and happy home anniversary. That was 30 seconds. I fire it off. She gets a custom message that I'm thinking of her. I know that it's her home anniversary. And I've checked off talking to this person that I, have a relationship with, have built a value with, and now I'm top of mind for them again. And they're going, you know what? I was just talking to Maria the other day, who is thinking about selling. Let me give her JD's number. All because you did something super quick and custom. So that's building value right there, staying in touch, staying in contact. The last point I'll give there before we get into the market aspect of it is that the example I give for value, the easiest thing for me value-wise every year is I talk about with Christmas. So I'll blast through this example. 300 contacts. Let's just say you've got 300 contacts that are in your sphere of influence. 300 people that you always try to send mailers to and stuff, or emails or postcards or whatever. Top 10%. You call your VIP clients. They are the ones that are always, that you take special care of, that bring a lot of listings. Maybe they're luxury clients, whatever. So here's what I would push you to do. You sit down one day. Maybe if you're a little festive, you had a little bit of eggnog with something in it, you put a little Santa hat on, not too much in it. Maybe get a little candy cane, however you do you. But you sit down and you take those 30 names, and I'll show you what I literally physically am thinking that you're going to do. You're going to, let me turn this on real quick. You're going to turn your computer on. You're going to go to, let's take this all the way in. We're going to go to BombBomb. We're going to go to the website itself. I'm going to open an email, and I'm going to see if I can find I'm sure they do have a holiday template in here. So let me see if I can find one of those. I'm going to go to templates, holiday. Let's just scroll and see if we can find some holiday ones. So happy holidays. So here's what I'm going to do. Happy holidays. I'm going to do my first video is going to go to person A. Click to add image or video, record. So I got the video up here, and watch what I'm going to do on my other screen right here, on my phone. Hit a timer. So I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. Hey, Milo, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope you've had a great 2023. I cannot believe it is December already. It is the end of December already. It is crazy to me. I know it's been a couple months since we saw you for Halloween, but I just wanted to stop by and say happy holidays and hope that you're having a great time, however you're celebrating with family. I know that you travel a lot to see family living far away. So if you're doing that, I hope you have safe travels. If not, I hope you stay safe and warm at home. Of course, if you need anything, give me a call. I'm right around the corner. But I just want to reach out and say hi. Hope the family's doing well. Hope the dog's doing well. And I will see you in the new year. Talk to you soon. Bye now. I click done. Oh, actually, I hit done on the timer. I hit actually record here. So that video was 41 seconds. So I spent 41 seconds recording that video, and I'm going to X out of that. I put the video in here. I'd put their name in here. I'd send it off. So the recording of the video itself was 41 seconds. I'm going to liberally say that the rest of the process is going to take a total of 2 minutes, meaning like I'm going to say my subject matter was happy holidays. And then I'm going to say send up to your emails. I'm going to put the video in there. Yes, fine, whatever. I'll choose an email. So obviously if I would have just actually shot that video, it would already be there. I'm going to click send, and I'm going to put the one person's email in there. So I put person1@gmail.com. If they were already in my contacts, by the way, I wouldn't even need to type that out. It would autofill for me, and then I'd click send. So that's person 1. I go to the next person on the list, shoot their custom video. Person 2, person 3, person 4. So if we're being liberal and saying each one takes about 2 minutes. And by the way, for the first time there in that example, I leveled it up and used a template. If you're not even using a template, if you're just using the Gmail integration, you can do all of that in a minute. You put their name in, a subject matter that says happy holidays that you can copy and paste, and you shoot a custom video for a minute. But let's call it 2 minutes. In 1 hour, you just sent out 30 custom videos to your top VIP clients, wishing them happy holidays or Merry Christmas, knowing them the way you do, however they celebrate. So that's 10% of your client base taken care of. They just got a beautiful video from you, but that still leaves 270 other people that you want to make sure you wish happy holidays to. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to record one more video, just one, and it's going to sound something similar to this. So you're going to go 3, 2, 1. Hey, JD here. Happy holidays. Just wanted to wish from my family to yours. Hope you have a wonderful season celebrating however you do. If you're traveling far away, if you're staying home, if you're traveling far away, I hope you get to go somewhere warm because it is freezing here. But if you're staying home, no matter what you're doing, I hope you stay safe. I hope you get to be with the ones you love. And if you don't, I hope that you get to find a way to celebrate and to communicate with them in a way that works for you. So happy holidays, happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you all in 2023. As always, you have any questions, you know where to find me. But right now it's about family and friends and having a great time. So I will see you on the other side. Have a great time, and I'll talk to you later. I don't think you need to say see you on the other side, but 40 seconds, I send a video out to 270 people. In an hour and 5 minutes, I just recorded 31 videos. Maybe you take a break and you do it in 2 little batches, but that is how you can customly reach out to 300 people in a way that is engaging and in a way that actually makes people want to watch what you're sending and read what you're sending. And if you think that like, okay, that's great in theory, right? Like, okay, that's a cute little thing that you can do in theory. Here's an actual example of what something like that could look like. This is actually for a birthday is what this example is for, but it's the exact same sort of point here. If I can find the video that I had queued up and then unqueued up. Here we go. So I'm hoping that this plays well. I know that video over video doesn't always play well, but I'm talking about, okay, JD, a custom Christmas video. Yeah, whatever. Here's a custom birthday video and how much fun this can be.
Happy birthday, Dan Marta. January birthday, baby.
Birthday balloons.
Me too. January's the best. Yeah, birthday balloons. Are you ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you. Start
again.
That was a clunker. Oh my gosh. All right, ready?
From the top.
From the top. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Living in Como Park with
Abigail.
And
the cat.
Who I don't know.
The Martas of Avon.
Ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you. Wow, we better tighten that up a little bit the next time we do that.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Hope that you are having an awesome day.
You get to share a birthday with my dad.
That's right. And my resolution for 2019 was to not use the word awesome quite so often. I'm failing miserably.
Oh, well.
You are awesome.
Always try again.
January is awesome. Okay. Have cake, have ice cream. He likes ice cream. But we'll throw it in because he likes it too.
Cake and ice cream, nothing better.
Kick back and relax. Say hi to Abby. I think we're done.
Happy birthday.
Happy. Ready?
Yep.
Bye.
Okay. That is how a custom video can go. We're all, and we'll and maybe I'll talk about something. I don't know if I will. We all get so in our heads, and I'll say that a billion times over. We get so in our heads about, oh, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. That is what happens when you do a custom video. That was not perfect. They literally started by saying that was a clunker and starting over. But I promise you, you being you, and I mean this so genuinely. I've been in video since in high school doing TV studio. You being you is more endearing than it is embarrassing. It is more authentic and more real than it is like, this is weird or awkward or whatever. So you actually being real is more powerful and more relationship building than it is pushing somebody away. So let's finally talk about how are we going to do this to brand ourselves as the local market expert. There are 2 key things that we're going to need to do this. It's 2 words because simplicity is key. Well, that's not one of the key things. So I guess there's 3 things. Simplicity is one of them. There are 2 key things: information and consistency. Consistency we've already talked about. What we're going to show, what I'm going to walk you through now is important to do consistently, because every single time, almost without fail, I don't like to deal in absolutes here, but almost without fail, every time that I've heard an agent talk about their videos being effective, it has been by somebody saying, someone saying, I keep seeing your videos on Facebook. I keep seeing your videos pop up. I keep seeing your Facebook ads pop up. I keep seeing. No one ever, as far as I've been told, I don't have any examples of, I should say, I don't have any examples of someone saying, oh, I saw your video once on Facebook. It's, I keep seeing. So if you want, it's the same reason why there are a billion commercials of Flow with Progressive, of that frickin' Emu with Liberty Mutual. It is the consistency that drives home a message. So you cannot, and I will not accept you doing one video and then saying, JD, video and BombBomb don't work. I am going away. Goodbye. Not enough of an answer for me. So The first part of this is consistency. We've drilled that part down. The second part of this is information. What we need to do is have the information, because we're specifically talking about God bless you, sir. Oh my gosh, are you an earthquake? Specifically, what we're going to be talking about right now is, like I said, branding yourself as the local market expert. You want to be seen in a time where the market is in flux, and a time where the market is not something that people feel confident in, or more importantly, really feel like they know what's going on. They might have heard a headline here or there. They might have read a headline, skimmed a comment. That's me skimming the comments here or there. They might not know fully what's going on. It is your job to equip them with the information and explain it in a way that actually makes sense to them. So having the information is key, and then explaining it in a way that makes sense is important. Now, depending on your brand, meaning Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's, International Realty, there are different tools that you can use to do that. The number one tool that you are going to have to do that is your MLS. There is no data more accurate than your MLS. You're not going out there, buddy. I know that means that that's more work, right? Try to calculate some of that data is going to be more work. Going to your MLS, trying to figure out, looking at the solds versus looking at the solds from last month and doing all that information, that is more work. But that is what is going to bring you or make you the expert, is doing that work and then communicating that. Now, I do want to highlight one tool from Coldwell Banker called MarketQuest that I did talk about last session, but one tool called MarketQuest that does do a lot of that math for you. I don't know of something yet that is similar for Century 21 or Sotheby's. Hopefully, it's one of those things where oftentimes when one of the brands does a tool that works really well, the other ones replicate it, and it goes in all of the ways. At the same time, the brand that does it really well goes, no, you don't get our tool. So you have to see what happens there. But I want to show a really cool tool, really cool tool. Let me share my screen quick. In CB Desk right here, called MarketQuest. This is what it says, MarketQuest. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here, but basically what MarketQuest does, and the purposes that we're going to discuss it here, is it takes MLS information and gives you the stats so that you don't have to do the reports, you don't have to do the trends. There's some number one claims and some market position stuff that's great, but it's not my favorite part of it. I like the market trends and the market snapshot right here. So I'm going to take a look at the market snapshot right here. And here's how easy this is. I've chosen my MLS. I'm going to do Mishrick. I'll choose the city that I live in. And now I can do it for the month, but because it's only the 7th of June right now, right? Or is it the 8th now? I think it's the 8th now. Because it's only the 8th of June, it's not going to give me a lot of info for June. So I'm going to say I actually want the data for May, and it's going to give me the data for May 2023 compared to the 90 days previous. I'm going to click update, and it's going to spit out a market snapshot for me with 5 pieces of data when it works. When it loads, come on, snapshot. Of course, like literally the time that it takes longer than it ever has before is here when I'm actually trying to do something, public with you guys for it. So it's going to give me the data, and it's going to give me a really cool graphic for it. And let me see if I have any saved here. Here we go. Okay, thank you. So it's going to give me the data right here. So I've got 5 pieces of data. Now I could look at somebody and go, hey, this is great data, or, these aren't the points that I want to use. So I could go up here to edit data points. And these are all of the data points that I have available to me. So right now it's average sales and average list, sales price to list price ratio, number of properties sold, and average days on market. Those are 5 great points, right? They mean a lot to me. I might say, you know what? I actually want to take off number of properties sold and add on new listings, or I want to do, whatever, but you can mess around those data points there. I'm going to keep those 5 and click save. So one thing you could do is you could take this graphic, download it, post it to your Facebook page. Great. That's awesome information to post to your social media. And it's fantastic. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But here's where I challenge you. Here's what I'd say is that you doing that, posting that graphic shares that information, right? It's going to share that information with your sphere, which is great. You're giving them that information. You are giving them that value that is hugely important. What I challenge you though to do is, instead of just posting that, keep this graphic and record a video of yourself sharing some of this information. Because what you're doing then is first, you're going to be able to share it. Second, you're going to be able to tell me what that means. And I'm going to do a literal example video for you of this in a second here. But what that is going to do for you is instead of just giving them the value of that information, you're going to be branding yourself as the person with that knowledge. So there's a stark difference there between just, hey guys, here's the information versus, hey guys, here is me giving you that information because I am the one who knows it. If you hear me sharing this information, if you watch a video of me discussing this information, I am starting to become in your head the local market expert. I have a stat that I want to share that I was going to recite off the top of my head, but I hate if I don't get things 100% right. So I want to make sure that I give it to you 100% right. Here we go. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it and hear it in a video versus 10% compared to just reading it in a text. So first of all, if you're just talking about the effectiveness of sharing your message, getting your message across, 95% of a message is retained when watched and listened to and seen in a video versus just 10% in a text. But secondly, the power of you being the one giving that information. I was going to give a really stupid example that doesn't even make sense at all. I was going to make it doesn't make sense. So what I would challenge you to do is take this information, digest it yourself, and then maybe you don't take all 5 of these points. Maybe you take 2 or 3 and you choose those as the pieces you want to share. And then you share the information and you share why it is important. Why does this affect a buyer or a seller? What does this mean for the consumer? Because you need to remember the people you're talking to are not other realtors. So we're going to do an example video here. The other thing that I would ask you to keep in mind is that you do not want this to be long. You do not want to have a very long video. You want this to be something like this should be less than 90 seconds, even less if you can get it to be that. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but I want you guys to know that for me as JD, I'm keeping this graphic up on my screen. I am looking at this graphic while I am recording my video. So here we go. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. Remember, timer started. Hey guys, JD here with your monthly market update. It is officially the first full week of June, which means it is officially time to look back at the month of May. So I want to compare May 2023 to the previous 3 months and how the market in Grand Rapids looks. So overall, it is a great market so far. You might have heard a lot of things, again, headlines here or there, but it is important to really go to someone who knows what's going on in the market and is living that every day. For example, the average sales price in the Grand Rapids market is up 15% over the past 90 days. Which means that homes are selling for 15% more than what they were the 3 months previous. Additionally, the sales price to list price ratio is 106%. It's up 3%. Now that's a lot of ratios numbers. What that means is that homes are actually selling on average for 6% more than what they're listed for, which means that homes are selling for a little bit more than what they're listed for. And then finally, another really interesting point that's happening right now is that the average days on market is only 15 days right now, which is down 27%. That means homes are staying on the market less than they were the past 3 months. Now, part of that is seasonal, right? We're going into a busier season, but part of that also means there are a lot of buyers out there looking for homes so that the days on market is going down. What all of this means put together is that it is still a really great time to list your home. Homes are selling for more than they're being listed for. They're staying on the market for less time than they used to, and you can still get a great price for your home. If you're interested in a free complimentary home evaluation, give me a call, shoot me a message. I would love to come out and take a look. If you have any questions, give me a call. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you next month. All right. That came out to 1:48. That is a little bit on the longer side. I might choose to reshoot that, or I might go, you know what, that's a little bit longer, but I feel really good about that information. What I would caution you to do is stay away from the 4, 5, 6 minute videos, because I could very easily spend a video going into all 5 of those points in depth. And all of a sudden I've got a 6-minute video going into all those things. But what I do is I shoot that 2-minute video, I save it in BombBomb, I put it in one of those emails with the logo up top, with all of that information in there, and then I send it to my sphere. And then next month I do it again. And then the next month I do it again. And if you want to be even more consistent than that, or a little more frequent, maybe you do it every 2 weeks, or maybe you do a market snapshot once a month, and then you do another video once a month to your sphere. You do some sort of, what's going on around town. I'm lucky enough to live in Grand Rapids, where there are so many amazing things going on around town. Maybe I feature a restaurant, or I feature a local park, or I feature a local store, something that I feel like, the hidden gems of GR, right? Just made up a series. No one can take that. I trademarked it. Don't even think about taking that from me. If you're in Florida, maybe you have you feature a certain beach or something like that. But the idea being, you do something consistently. You do a few things consistently in your markets, to your sphere, and you stay in front of them. And you do this. BombBomb is $25 a month. It's 55 to 60. I always forget, 55 or 60 bucks a month if you're not part of Schmidt family of companies. But for BombBomb, for our agents, it's $25 a month. So while all these other agents across the board are generally retreating as markets shift and we're unsure what's going to happen, if you can afford $25 a month, and if you can afford the time to shoot videos and stay in front of your sphere, once things start to heat up again in your market or start to normalize, whatever it looks like for you right now, you have already been doing the legwork across over the past few months, shooting the videos, talking with your clients. Maybe you're not only, you're not just doing this, you're communicating with them, you're sending them the reports, the CMAs, but you're doing these videos to keep them educated and to brand yourself as the expert. Because what happens is 6 months from now, someone is ready to sell, or someone knows someone who's ready to sell. And they go, well, I see Deanna giving me those market reports every month. Let me give so-and-so her information, because she definitely knows what's going on. So shooting these videos takes, and I'm trying to be liberal with my time to not sound like a silly salesperson, takes 10 to 15 minutes a month, right? It takes 10 minutes to compile the data, if that, depending on the method that you do it. It takes 3 minutes to shoot it, and then an extra 5 maybe to send it out. So call it 20 minutes then to compile, shoot, and send out this video once a month. And what you get out of that is branding yourself as the market expert. And yeah, if you want to, you can shoot that, or you can put that video on YouTube, and you can put that video on Facebook and get more leverage or get more mileage out of that video. But what's more important than that to me, is staying in front of your sphere, staying in front of the people who already know you, already like you, and already trust you, and maybe have already worked with you. Any questions on branding yourself as your local market expert? Okay, so here's the deal. For all of you people who think that I'm just this video-centric millennial, I also love books. I read a lot of books, and one book that I have read is this one. Maybe I can't read. Rehumanize Your Business. This is a book by, I believe it's the CEO or the founders of BombBomb. I see there's a question. I'm going to finish my train of thought so I don't forget it real quick. From the CEO and founders of BombBomb, talking about how their technology, how their tools here are meant to not take humanity out of business by using a technology, not to humanity out of business, but to actually reinvigorate it. And it's part of why I love this book and this mindset so much, is that something that someone said early on to me, my first probably 12 months working for Schmidt family of companies, is part of the reason I don't like all these technologies is that it takes the old fashioned human aspect. Hey, get out of there. Those are cables, bro. You don't mess with cables. It takes the human aspect out of business. It takes the old fashioned part out of it. My whole philosophy when it comes to digital marketing is that I'm not trying to get away from that. We're trying to do the new way of building those relationships, because some of the ways that we used to do that don't work anymore. But the end goal is human relationships, is handshakes, is coffees, is sitting in someone's living room with them. It's just how we get there is different. And that's what this book is about. By the way, these books were given to me free. I didn't buy these. I have no affiliation with them in terms of like I get a kickback or whatever. But I have some of these books, and I would not be wanting to give these to you if I had not read it and thought that it was great. So here's what I have left. And this sounds like such a, God, the more I talk, the more I sound like a sales guy. Genuinely, I have 5 copies of this book left. So here's what I want to do. I want 2 things for you. If you want to, well, I guess timeliness, but 2 things. One, I want you to have signed up for BombBomb. Like I said, it's $25 a month. That's how much it costs. It is like literally you get one deal out of a BombBomb transaction, or one transaction on BombBomb, you just paid for itself for years. If you want to look at it from that angle, right? But I want you to do two things. One, I want you to have signed up for BombBomb, and two, I want you to send me a market report video. You can send it to me as, hey JD, here's my test. You can send it to your sphere and add me to it. But those are the only two things. It has to be through BombBomb, and it has to be a market report video of sub variety. Sometimes I like to do a thing where I go, and you have to use a special code word. I think one time I used the word elephant. So you had to do a video with the word elephant worked in there somewhere. I don't even care about that, because what my goal right here is I want you to shoot the video, and I want you to send it to your clients. That's all that I care about, is you doing the video. So if you're already signed up for BombBomb, awesome. If you're not signed up for BombBomb, I'm going to show you how to do that after I answer these couple of questions here. But the first 5 people to do that, the marketing group will send you a copy of this book, absolutely free. It's great. Personal videos. Again, that's the whole goal of all of this. So any questions? Let me see the other questions that come in. Can any edits be made to the templates? Yes. Yep. So here's the deal. Like I said, there are templates in BombBomb. You can have your own personal templates. You can go in and either take a template that's already there, and I believe you can make your own little edits and then save it as your own template. Or Mike, if there are edits that make sense on a company level, keep in mind, they have to make sense for an entire DBA or an entire company level. We can make those and save those on the company level as well. But yes, edits can be made to those.
Quick question, JD. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to type it.
I don't know.
To do that, the market report, the snapshot.
Yeah.
Is there a way to set that up as your backdrop? Like if you're doing a YouTube video or a Zoom and you have the backdrop behind you, so you can have the stats right there?
You can do backgrounds in BombBomb. Yes. I would hesitate to recommend using that as the backdrop, just because let me pull it up real quick, because I feel like it's going to get real tricky with the text, like being positioned appropriately. Let me see if I can get my virtual backgrounds. I think we have a few loaded in here. And I don't know if it is, I think here's what I'm saying. Like the answer right now is no, because I don't think you can do it on an individual basis yet. I think it's as a team right now. So I think I can load in virtual backgrounds for the entire BombBomb, our entire company, but I don't think you can do it individually yet. So if you go in and you can do that, then yeah, you can literally, like, from right here, add a virtual background. But I think it would be, having it right there and presenting it will be a little bit, or the other thing you can do is you can show your screen. So I could do this. I could record my screen, and I could start by showing myself and go, hey guys, it's JD here. I wanted to share our local market stats and talk about what's going on. Let's take a look at it. And then I hit the screen, and then I pull it right up and show you right here. So that way you've still got my face in the corner right here, like you can see, and you've got the stats right in front of you. I think that's actually probably the better way to do it, is because then you can still see me and the stats are crystal clear in front of you. I feel like that's a pretty good way to do it. Well, any other questions come in? I know that I have not shown this yet, but let me show you how to do it quick. If you want to sign up for BombBomb, which we haven't done, which I haven't shown you how to do yet, it's very simple. If you go to Schmidt Resources or Elite Schmidt Resources or C21, we have a BombBomb page, and the link is right here. We do have a special link because we have a special account, but you can go right here and sign up. $25 a month, you get billed through the marketing group. So when you go to sign up for BombBomb through our link, you should not need any credit card information at all. If you do, you are on the wrong page. But this is the link right here. Again, it's schmidtresources.com/BombBomb. And again, if you sign up for BombBomb or already are, and you send me a market report, either as a test or to your sphere, and I'm on the list, I'm going to send you one of those books. And again, I would not send it to you as just here's just a little book. I've read it. I've enjoyed it. I stand by what is in that book. Any other questions before we close out? It's been an hour. It's been an hour of you listening to me talk, which trust me, I know what that is like, because I have edited podcasts of myself talking. Any other questions before we wrap up? Okay, well, if you do have questions, if you do sign up, I am a great resource for any questions you may have about BombBomb while you're using it and sign up. They have a great BombBomb support team you can always reach out to right through the platform. But thank you guys for your time. I hope to see some more videos from you guys. And at the end of the day, I hope that your businesses are thriving and you're building relationships and things are going great. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.